Ngayon ko lang na ulit. So, itong part na to, PB, of course, this is correct, but Joshua, how did you arrive at 2 and negative 5.46?
Quadratic formula.
Quadratic formula. Okay, sige. Okay,
Kasi po
so
kung
by
kasi kung ano kung factoring po I would instantly decompose if I were to use factoring.
oo nga, so mahirap nung uh, well, kaya naman nung but if you use the quadratic formula, sana naka-indicate ano nung second answer in its exact form. But approximately it's negative 5.46, which is of course eliminated because PB has got to be a positive number. I wonder if there's a way to work this out na ah, parang ano mahirap mag kung paano ito breakdown kung ano. Anyways, okay, so PB is 2, and so that makes PBC a 45, 45, 90. So the original problem doesn't say we have a 90-degree angle at B, but it's something that arises out of the usage of the Pythagorean theorem. Kasi if and only if yun eh. Diba? Kapag ano, A squared plus B squared equals C squared, then you actually also have a 90-degree angle. So yay, right isosceles because of the proportions of the sides. So back to the circle, 2 square root of 3, and then 2, and then 90-degree angle. So because the long 2 square root of 3 is square root of 3 times 2, so ibig sabihin 30, 60, 90 triangle is what we have here, which from which it follows AC is a diameter. So para ang dami-daming dami-daming mga factoids from different places in geometry which are coming into play here. So that means the radius, so the hypotenuse AC is 4, so that means the radius is half of that, which is 2. So in fact, you can get the circumference 4 pi, and then the thing that we're really interested in is the length of arc AD. Okay, so what you did here is you figured out ACD, the inscribed. So it should be 75 degrees kasi you have that 180-degree angle from R going to C going to D. Then we already have seen 45 degrees and 60 degrees, so the remainder must be 75 degrees. However,
No.
ganito, I see what you got here. You took the proportion of 75 degrees with 360 degrees. Joshua,
No.
I know what you're doing, but um, wrong. The answer is
Uh, mm, 50. Yun.
the answer is not too far away.
No. POV, I forgot how to factor.
Um, I think your arithmetic is correct, but the issue is 75 over 360. Context. When you are using 360 degrees, you're measuring that angle, that complete revolution, starting from the center, right? Center of the circle as you go around, you're sweeping out 360 degrees. 360 degrees is a central angle. Is 75 degrees a central angle?
No! Literally 1984. No!
Okay? Nakuha mo na, nakuha mo na.
Hindi. Yun po yung
Okay.
tawag na yun po tawag na on the occasion that.
Okay, so again, so if we go back, so ito na, ito, center, and then let's say that's theta. So, tapos ito nung arc length niya. S over the circumference C equals theta over 360 degrees.
Nasaan po
Okay?
yung ano po, sitcom na parang ano, work, 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 work.
Alam mo, gusto mo hanapin yun sa YouTube kasi I don't know how to search for it. Alam nga naman mag-search ka ng ano. How do you type that? Wah, 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 wah. Alright, but gets mo na, gets mo na. Alright, so that's why the correct answer is double your previous answer because for an inscribed angle of 75 degrees, the corresponding central angle is twice that, 150 degrees. Okay?
No. This is actually sad.
Kasi nandun ka na sa home stretch eh. Nandun ka na sa dulo. Okay. But anyway, this is a lesson to, there's always something to be learned from making mistakes. So, mas matatandaan mo na. Kasi nagkaroon ng impact itong ganitong experience sa'yo na, so, mas matatandaan mo. Alright. Now, let me paste the other
Copy-paste
problem.
na lang po.
Yeah, actually, that's what I did. Thanks for the tip. Hindi na ako nag-download. So, copy image and then, lagay ko na sa dulo ng, okay.
Para every time po you visit the page, it will be
Okay.
he will visit you.
Oh, yeah. But he's going to visit you in your dreams because he told you to solve this, but you haven't done it yet. All right.
Hindi nakasulat.
Ito, meron pa isa dito.
Sabi ko, tingnan mo yung video.
Alright, anyway, this is for a different time. This is for a different day. You said that your solution here is by trial and error. Well, a problem like this, you are doing detective work, and sometimes for problems of this sort, you just eliminate uh, what are impossible, and then what must remain must be the possibilities. And sometimes it's trial and error. You go through what if ganito, and then if it's not gonna work, then you try something else, and then you look at ano ng mga possibilities. So I'm not sure if I'd be able to map out a satisfying solution, but I'll try. And if at some point I feel like it's taking longer than what I wanted to be, I might just decide to do a rain check and maybe think about this outside our session tonight. Okay, so Harry, Bernard, and Oswald, and Belinda, Betty, and Vera each gambled independently but agreed to stop whenever each couple's gain or loss reached $200. So parang either nung sum ay positive 200 or the sum is negative 200. But in this case, each couple won exactly 200. So okay, positive 200. So that means nung napanulunan ng mga wives are beyond 200, enough to offset the losses. Question is, who are married? Bernard lost 504 more than Harry, and then Betty and Vera are okay. So let's say Harry. Let's say Harry lost negative H. So that means Bernard lost 504 more than Harry. So wait, just to be clear, okay, 1 negative h. He lost h. Alright, so Harry won. So basically, ano lang, let's write down the wealth of each person. Bernard 1 negative h minus 504. Then see Oswald, we don't know. See Betty 237B plus 2376. And then see Oswald 1 negative x. Then see Belinda 1 y. So all the new letters that I introduced here, H, V, X, and Y, these are all positive. Now, I wanted to check if, okay, as far as Harry is concerned, ang asawa niya, it's either Vera, Betty, or Belinda. Okay, so case 1, okay, Harry, Art, Vera. So ibig sabihin, sila na mag-asawa. So ibig sabihin, V minus H equals 200. In this case though, si Bernard, ang asawa ni Bernard either si Betty or Belinda. So I'm gonna look at case 1A. Bernard, ang asawa niya ay si Betty. But then in this case, nung sum nila would be negative, so 200, so that would be negative h minus 504 plus v plus 2376. But then from what you're assuming under case number 1, v minus h is 200. So we would have here 200 minus 504 plus 2376. And if that were to be equal to 100, well, this is false. Okay, which means, okay, let's not just, so kasi that, alam natin nung mangyayari dito. If Bernard and Betty are the couple, hindi pwede, contradiction. Therefore, it must be Bernard and Belinda, and then Oswald and Betty. Okay, so therefore, Bernard and Belinda, and then Oswald and Betty. With Bernard and Belinda, so that means y minus h minus 504 equals 200. Then Oswald and Betty, v plus 2376 minus x equals 200. Did you do something like this? Ganito ba ginagawa niyo yung mga cases?
Nung umpisa po, kaya lang po, hindi namin ma-eliminate yung mga...
Okay. Sige, tignan natin. Okay. Ito 704 and then v minus x equals, well, this is going to be really large, no? 200 minus 2376, so minus 2176. So we have 3 equations. V minus h equals 200, y minus h, and then v minus x. What I noticed is that if I add these, y minus h equals 704, and then v minus x equals negative 2176. If we add, lalabas dito nung v minus h plus y minus x equals, and then this is something that you can use arithmetic on. I'll get from a calculator. 704 minus 2176 equals negative 1472. But then v minus h is 200. So that means y minus x is negative 1672. Okay. Um, Hold on. Try to see if may impossibility or possibility v minus x. So again, the four letters, they are all positive.
Hmm.
So I wonder if this is possible. So we have the following letter. We have four letters, V, H, X, Y, but
That is the correct answer and there is no impossibility.
maybe this is the actual situation. Okay, anyway, if Harry and Vera are the couple, then it must be Bernard and Belinda, and then Oswald and Betty, and then maybe the other possibilities are impossible. Okay, so far, we have not eliminated this. Uh, let's see, case number two. Let's see if we can eliminate something. Suppose it's Harry and Betty.
Engineering.
So then in that case, Harry and Betty, so negative h plus v plus 2376 equals 200. So that means, let's make it h minus v equals 2176. Okay, see Harry and Betty. Now,
Wait
let's
lang po.
see.
I think this is impossible. Because if
Ah,
Harry... Wait,
are
no,
you
no,
able
no.
to see it?
Ay, di pa pala. I forgot
Okay.
na RE1 negative, H para is also positive.
Hold on, I'm gonna close the window. It's raining.
See? I am the herald. Harbinger of all existence. No. Oh,
Hey, Sam.
Ilipat mo. Lipat mo dyan sa second.
hindi. Ito sigurado. Doesn't matter. There's a less of a problem.
Okay. Ito Harry and Betty. Tapos, siguro, this might take a while. I suggest para mas ma-maximize some time, um, next time we see each other. Okay? So, ganun na lang. Okay, but this is rather interesting. Okay, last time we were talking about cyclic quadrilaterals. So we in particular talked about Ptolemy's theorem. Ptolemy's theorem is this nice result regarding actually meron pa nga akong mga examples yata sa Ptolemy's theorem. So Let me do one more check. Meron ako. So meron namang epsilon. That. Okay, so that is
So, yung mga mahirap yata pong problems sa geometry po, ano no? Kunyari, the more theorems you have at your disposal, the better it is, na po.
ano pa yun? The more theorems you have at our disposal,
Mas madali pong masosolve yung mga mahirap na problems. Kasi parang dati para mas less exposed kami doon sa ibang theorems. Parang
yeah,
tapos the more
it could work to that advantage. Although to be honest, theorems like Ptolemy's theorem, ano na to, medyo nandun na sa mas mataas. What would be more mandatory, more urgently needed, something as basic as mga theorems regarding lengths of segments and secant segments and then tangent segments. Nung mga ginagawa, nung sa sinolve natin kanina, nung ginamit ni Joshua,
Yung
PA times PB, ano yan, Joshua?
Yung sad failure.
You know what, I mean, you got far naman. So like the PB times PA equals PC times PD, and hopefully you don't end up just memorizing that formula, but be conscious as well saan siya nanggaling. Okay, and one argument would be kasi nga this is P and then A, B, and then this is C and then D. That's because no triangle PAD, check out PCB, similar sila with each other. And so that's why you're able to come up with a proportion involving those four segment lengths. And that's what leads to PA times PB equals PC times PD. So don't just think of it as a formula that needs to be remembered mechanically. It's always nice.
Meron ba pong
Formulas.
Treva's theorem and Menelaus theorem for quadrilaterals?
For quadrilaterals, none that I know of, kasi Sever's theorem and Menelaus theorem. Actually, hindi pa nga tayo nag-discuss about concurrency or I mean collinearity from Menelaus theorem. So eventually we will get there. But for today, I would still like to talk about circles and triangles. So let's start with cyclic quadrilaterals. We have already done a great deal about cyclic quadrilaterals. So these are some basic theorems, and then Ptolemy's theorem, and then for now I have no example to add, but do keep this in mind if you get the chance, this example, because he wants to solve it. Okay, our friend here wants to solve it. So I'd like to talk about the so-called Brahmagupta's formula.
This is the Heron's formula of quadrilaterals. Of cyclic
quadrilaterals. Okay, Brahmagupta's formula. So I take it that you are familiar with this?
Abo.
Okay, but how about the proof? Do you want to look at the proof?
POV po. POV.
Oh.
There's a theorem. I've heard of it. Proof.
A more general version. Is that what you're thinking of? The more general version.
When someone asks me about the theorem I've heard of. Proof. bro.
Okay.
I
So
forgot
ito.
the, I don't know the proof.
Okay, proof of Brahmagupta's formula. Sige, let's go through it. Brahmagupta's formula. Sige,
Apo.
anyway, the Brahmagupta's formula says, so we're given,
Abo, is it possible to find the area of any quadrilateral just using its sides, not just cyclic quadrilaterals?
there's a theorem, a more general version of Brahmagupta's formula, but not just using the sides. They also need to include the diagonals. You know why? Kasi the four, if you're given the four sides of a quadrilateral, that does not uniquely determine the quadrilateral. Take for example, a square. Four. Okay,
Rhombus.
so 4, 4, 4, 4. Then you could also come up with a rhombus whose dimensions are exactly the same. So see here, you have two quadrilaterals. The four sides, the set of four sides are the same, but the areas are different. Okay, so it should not be.
Opo. Kailangan po dalawang diagonal para po, kumbaga po,
Yeah, oo, oo.
hindi, para di ba po yung jello, para siyang nagagalaw-galaw.
Yeah,
Para
oo.
po siyang parang sort of structurally integral, structurally, ano po siya, structurally stable. Para hindi siya magalaw.
Sticks ng phone na ano, matchsticks.
Parang sa bridge.
But okay, at least it's clear na the four sides are not going to be sufficient to determine the actual shape of the quadrilateral, and so therefore the lengths of the four sides will not be enough to determine the area. This is unlike a triangle, because in a triangle you have the SSS congruence theorem, that if you have uh, two different triangles and then the three sides of each are the same, then that means the two triangles are congruent. So in a sense, there is only one such triangle having those lengths. So therefore, there should be a way to associate the unique area with those three sides, because there is only one such triangle. Not so with a quadrilateral. So it turns out with a quadrilateral, there's a more general formula, more general than Brahmagupta's formula. You would need to know not the lengths of the two diagonals as well. Okay, but for now, Brahmagupta's formula, a quadrilateral which is cyclic, with the added condition of it being cyclic, the four sides are enough to determine the area. Okay, so given cyclic quadrilateral.
Wait. So kung ano pala po, kung ano
Yeah,
pala,
what?
wait. I forgot what I was going to say, and na-interrupt po ako. So kung there's a quadrilateral of given lengths and it is cyclic, there's only one of it.
Unique.
Is it gonna be
Kasi
unique?
po kung
Yes.
this
Wait, hold on. Not necessarily, but ganito. I'll give you an example. It does not Okay, I get your question. Let's definitely talk about that. But let me finish the statement at least.
Opo.
Alright? So para lang move on tayo. So ito. Drawing ko lang. I don't want it to appear like A, B, C, D. Then let's say the lengths are A, B, C, D. Okay, and then the semi-perimeter is A plus B plus C plus D divided by 2. Then the area of ABCD is the square root of S, and then, hold on, sorry. Current formula ng ilalagay ko. Ito, S minus A, S minus B, S minus C,
Wala po yung S.
S minus D. Sorry?
Wala po yung S sa factor.
Ito, yeah, walang S sa factor. Walang S sa factor.
It's very
Okay. So S minus A. And then, as you're thinking, shouldn't there be a fifth? How do we know walang fifth factor na S? Okay, kasi imagine mo ganito. The unit of area is unit squared. Kunwari, centimeter squared, if everything is in centimeters. S minus A, that's in centimeters. cm, 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 cm. Diba? So if you do dimensional analysis, you have inside the square, so centimeter to the fourth power. So, and then you take the square root, that's how you get centimeter squared. Okay, so the four factors we have inside the radical, then we know wala na dapat madagdag pa. Otherwise, nung dimensions, magiging inconsistent na kasi centimeter squared eh. Okay, so you can actually think of it as well in terms of halimbawa, if this is theta and this is A and then this is B, so the area is 1/2 AB sine theta. And we know, okay na yan kasi from A and B, you have centimeter and centimeter. So centimeter squared na. Sine theta doesn't have any unit. So hindi niya mababago ng centimeter squared. Okay, so now you're asking, so okay, at least it's clear that if a quadrilateral is not cyclic, the four sides are not enough kasi the quadrilateral is not unique. What if the quadrilateral is cyclic and then we're given the four sides? Well, if they're given in order, that kind of determines uniquely the quadrilateral. Pero kung kumare, sabihin lang, oh, the lengths are, ano, kumare, 3, 5, 6, and then, wait, 3, 5, 6, and then 9. Okay, pero, pwedeng magkatabi ng 3 and 6 or pwedeng magkatabi ng 5 and 9. So, well, we can arrange these four lengths in many different ways. And yes, we're going to end up with different quadrilaterals, which are not going to be congruent to each other. However, they're going to have the same area. How do we think that up? Kasi ganito. Imagine
Dapat po ba yung mga lengths, ano po, parang multiple nila ang 36 na po?
Yung mga lengths multiple ng 36? Or
Or
factor ng 36?
Common multiple nila po ang 36 na po.
Nung four side lengths, A, B, C, D?
Ganun po ba?
Well, no, we have, not sure what you mean kasi pwede nating iliitan ng circle eh, di ba? Pwede kunwari ng mga lengths 0.4, 0.7. So, parang I'm not sure what you mean na mga factors ng 36.
Kasi naisip ko lang po kasi kaya siya unique kasi and in order kasi di ba po parang bawat angle niyan inscribed. So everything adding to 360 di ba po? Kaya unique siya. Kasi if it's a kaya yung lens
unique
niya,
ang area.
Yun ano po yung lens niya na in sequence kasi dahil ano po yung each of the inscribed angle yun pong yun corresponds to yung sa kabila po sa ano po yung arc niya di ba po?
Yes, okay. So about nung angle B. So ito, beta. Beta. So if you're given the angle, well, paano ba? The opposite angles, they have to add up to 180 degrees.
Yes.
Okay. I guess what I'm saying is, let's say we have ito, 3, 3, 4, 4. Okay. Tapos 3, 4, 3. Wait, hold on. 3, 4. Wait, let me make it right on God. Wait. 3, 3, 4, 4 versus 3, 4, 3, 4. Okay. So we have here two cyclic quadrilaterals. Tapos in order, the lengths are 3, 3, 4, 4. That's for one cyclic quadrilateral, and then for the other, 3, 4, 3, 4. So we're gonna get two different cyclic quadrilaterals. So magkaiba nung shapes nila, but I'm gonna explain why they have the same area. Okay, this is in relation to what Joshua was asking. Kasi I think he was wondering, kapag ibigay ba natin ng lengths na 3, 3, 4, 4, not necessarily in that order, does it mean isa lang ang mabubuo nating cyclic quadrilateral? And in response to that, hindi lang isang cyclic quadrilateral ang mabubuo. Kasi in fact, ito, these two are different cyclic quadrilaterals. Ito, nung 3, 4, 3, 4, ito,
Pero po in that order, they will be unique.
3, okay, ito, 3, 4, 3, 4, rectangle. Okay, 3, 4, 3, 4. In fact, the hypotenuse is, and the diameter is 5. Okay, so ito, so clear tayo. This is a cyclic quadrilateral. It's kind of obvious then kasi meron tayong mga 90 degrees all throughout. But then, nung 3, 4, 3, 4, magiging iba ang shape. Kahit na siya ngayon, di ba? Kahit na siya ngayon. So ito, 3, okay, ito 3, 3, and then 4, 4. But I chose these particular lengths para mas makita natin why do they have the same area. Okay, kasi both of these two quadrilaterals are made up of two different 3, 4, 5 triangles. Okay, so itong 3, 4, 5 triangle na to has the same area as this 3, 4, 5 triangle, and then itong 3, 4, 5 triangle na to has the same area as this 3, 4, 5 triangle. So as you can see, the areas of the quadrilateral on the left and on the right pareho sila, but they make up two different cyclic quadrilaterals. Okay, so in response to Joshua's question, if we're given the lengths, does that determine the quadrilateral even if we know it's cyclic? The answer is no.
No.
Okay, but even then, pareho pa rin ang area. Pareho pa rin sila ng area. Okay. I think yung sinasabi ni Sir Jay na in terms of nung inscribed angles, not necessarily kasi pwedeng mag-iba ng inscribed angles eh. So, halimbawa, ito, dito sa, hold on. Okay. Halimbawa, nung inscribed angle here in orange cannot be found as an inscribed angle in the quadrilateral on the right. Kasi dun sa quadrilateral on the right, lahat ng inscribed angles of the quadrilateral, lahat sila 90 degrees. Eh, itong orange angle, hindi siya 90 degrees. Okay. So I hope I was able to answer the questions, the concerns. But actually, that was a question that I haven't really thought of. Uy, paano nga pala yun kung ano? So, madadetermine natin ang area. Does it mean there's only one such cyclic quadrilateral? And then, well, it doesn't have to be. And here's a counterexample.
Breaking
Okay. So, why is the formula true? Let me draw a nice circle.
You mean ano po? You mean partially unsymmetrical ellipse?
Who knows? Maybe circle talaga siya. Okay, proof. Circle A, B, C, D. And then, okay, we want to find the area of A, B, C, D. And then let's label the lengths. So from A to B, That's A, and then B, and then this is C, and then this is D. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to extend BC and AD to meet at point E. Okay. Extend BC and AD to meet.
No, this is evil. I already see the proof.
Okay, how? We're gonna use, well,
It's something. It's something I do not want to. It's something I do not want to admit.
okay. So we're gonna use Huron's formula for a triangle. Ganito, EDC. So we're gonna try to write something for EDC. But okay, before we go there, okay, we have already proved Huron's formula. Let me use a different version of Huron's formula. Okay, so Huron's formula. So with S equal to A plus B plus C over 2. So ang formula natin for the area of a triangle ABC is, yun nga, square root of S, S minus A, S minus B, and then S minus C. But what I want to do is we'll write this in terms of the sides themselves. Kasi nung S, paano ba? Let me multiply both sides by 4. So 4 and then ABC. Okay. So I'm going to put 4 inside the square root. So that's going to be 16. And I'm going to distribute 16, which is 2 to the 4, a factor of 2 to each of the 4 factors. So 2s, and then 2s minus 2a, and then 2s minus 2b, and then 2s minus 2c. Okay, and then observe that 2s is a plus b plus c.
What?
What's
No!
2?
This is not
Okay, and
possible.
then what is 2s minus 2a? So from our formula for s, 2s minus 2a is minus a plus b plus c. And then 2s minus 2b is a minus b plus c. Then finally, a plus b minus c. Okay? Anyway, this is fairly easy to remember. So you write down 4 factors. One of them is the perimeter a plus b plus c. And then the 3 other factors are versions of that, but with each of the sides appended with a negative symbol. Okay, and then this expression is not the area, but rather 4 times the area. Okay, so for this triangle, okay, let let's label this x, and this, let's label this y. Okay, so let x be equal to
It looks like a
CE.
familiar. It looks like a familiar figure po. I've seen someone draw particularly recently.
Okay, okay. Sige, so basta magsisimilar triangles tayo dito. So first you also know x times, basta may mga formulas tayo. But okay, in terms of the area for CDE, okay, 4 times the area of CDE. Okay, the sides are x, y, and c. So we have the square root of x plus y plus c, and then negative x plus y plus c, and then x minus y plus c, and then x plus y minus c. Okay, we use this sidebar. So 4 times the area of CDE. Now, what
POV.
is our interest?
No copy paste.
Copy paste. What?
Hindi
Hindi,
po,
ang
hindi, hindi, para po, mukha po parang papel, parang piece of paper.
anong nandun sa side ng Heron's formula?
Opo.
Okay. So ang interest natin is really the area of ABCD. Now, from CDE, you have to remove the area of ABE. Now, rather than apply Heron's formula for the area of ABE, because we know one side of ABE, you have A, meron ding X minus B, meron ding Y minus D, but we can use the fact that triangle A, E, B is similar to, what is triangle AEB similar to?
Something, triangle
So
CDE.
another triangle. Is it similar to CDE?
Yes.
Sa anong order ng vertices? So I've written down AEB.
Okay, wait.
So it should
Yes,
be triangle.
CDE.
Okay, wait, CDE or CED or DEC?
Charlie Delta Echo.
Okay, Charlie Delta Echo.
Medyo ano dito kasi pag NE.
AEB. Of course, we see this angle is congruent to that angle. And then it's this angle which is congruent to that angle. Diba? Properties of external angles in a cyclic quadrilateral. So AEB, what triangle is it similar to? C.
Charlie Delta Echo.
Try again, not Charlie Delta
Wait, no.
Echo.
Ay, it's AAB pala po. Sorry.
What?
I thought it was ABE. So it's a Charlie Echo Delta.
Ayun. Charlie Echo Delta. And then
I forgot.
so for similar triangles, are you aware that the ratio of similitude is followed by it's equal to the ratio of the perimeters, but for the ratio of the areas, it's squared, right?
Abo.
Okay, so mangyayari, the area of AEB over the area of CED is equal to, let's use A and C because they are they are corresponding sides. So A squared over C squared. Okay, and then how are we going to, well, you know what, maybe ano, better CED, mas malaki na ilalagay ko sa taas. CED over AEB, so we have C squared over A squared. But then CED is ABCD, which is what we're interested in, plus AEB. Some of the areas would be the area of CED, and then divided by AEB equals C squared over A squared. But then on the left side, you have AEB over AEB, that's going to be equal to 1. So therefore, ABCD over AEB. Hold on, sorry. This is not the ratio I wanted. Because what we have here is an expression for the area of CDE. So I don't want this to be in terms of AEB. Sorry. Okay. Ito natin. I actually want CED in the denominator. Balik ulit tayo.
Maybe you should have used for the move function.
The move function? Na-erase ko na eh. Okay. AEB over CED. So, okay, this is a squared over c squared. But then, from AEB, this is, ayan, CED minus ABCD. ABCD is what we're really interested in. Okay, so ano nung conclusion dito? ABCD over CED. Tama ba algebra ko? This would be 1 minus a squared over c squared. So c squared minus a squared over c squared. So now we have something for ABCD. ABCD equals c squared minus a squared over c squared. And then we have that expression up there nung masalimuot na, ayan, so this is 1/4. And then, okay, you are definitely gonna love this.
Why?
Why not? Okay.
Why is it, why ano po, why not?
Why not? Kasi, ano na, magpapasko na because it's just a few days and it's already gonna be September. And I know this is, it's a time for joy and cheer.
People, ano po, people playing, ano po, all I want for Christmas is you in literal September.
Yeah, okay. I know, Joshua, all you want for Christmas is me copy pasting.
Why?
Why not? It's just here we are. Okay. Now, of course, we want to simplify this because we anticipate from Brahmagupta's formula, the sides should be in terms of A, B, C, D, the four sides of the cyclic quadrilateral. And here we're okay. We see the letter C and also the letter A, but we need to get rid of X and Y. Okay, so kailangan mawala ng X and Y, mapalitan ng X and Y ng expressions in terms of A, B, C, and D. So dito ngayon pwedeng pumasok ng what we have discussed. So from the figure, ito, let me write it in green. This is X minus B, and then this is Y minus D, right? So we know that there are many identities we can come up with. X minus B times X equals, right, so from the figure.
The secant theorem.
So X minus B times X equals Y minus D times Y. Okay. So this is what happens after I copy paste it without allowing
Me after,
but you know, it's a sacrifice that's worth it.
Is teaming up against your sins mo.
But you know what? It's worth it because I know it is what makes you happy. Copy pastes.
Ano po, it's only it happened. It is ano po, the drive for happiness.
Okay, so I'm gonna bear the consequences, Joshua. Okay, so from the figure, ano ba yan? X minus B times X equals Y minus D times Y. Kaso nga lang, to be able to eliminate, actually, it's not so much X and Y themselves that we need to figure out. We need to come up with expressions for X plus Y and also X minus Y. Okay, even if hindi natin ma-figure out what X and Y are, ang kailangan natin ma-figure out X plus Y and X minus Y, because these are the two expressions which appear inside that square root. And from this identity, I just don't have an easy way of coming up with an expression for x plus y and x minus y. So balik tayo dito sa figure and allow me to copy it because that's efficient and I don't want to draw it again.
Laziness moment.
Yes.
It got
Okay.
stuck. No! It's alive.
It's alive, it's working. It's alive and kicking. So actually, it turns out I don't need x minus b and y minus b. Maybe. Okay, so yeah, let me retain the angles just so we can see which are what the similar triangles are. So back still to AEB, similar to, as he said, CED. We can write down the following. X, okay, x over c equals, okay, x over c, that's a ratio of sides from CED. What's the corresponding ratio for triangle AEB? Actually, let me put back. This is x minus b. This is y minus d. Okay, what is x over c equal to? What's the corresponding ratio of sides for triangle AEB?
Obtuse of the smaller side over tiny side. Okay. Y minus d over a.
All right, y minus d over a. And then from CED, y over c, what's the corresponding ratio for triangle AEB?
X minus b over a.
Okay, x minus b over a. Now, if we add these two equations, we get x plus y minus b plus d over a equals x plus y over c. And from this equation, we can solve for x plus y. Okay, let's do the algebra. C times x plus y minus c times b plus d equals a times x plus y. And if you solve for x plus y is c times b plus d over c minus a. Okay, so that's x plus y. Now, what about x minus y? Let's subtract. If this is formula 1 and formula 2, we added earlier formulas 1 and 2. This time, let's do subtraction 2 minus 1. Or, I'm betting 1 minus 2 then. Let's do 1 minus 2. So we're going to have y minus d minus x plus b. So, okay, meron tayong negative of, kasi y minus x is negative of x minus y. Then plus b minus d over a. Check mo algebra ko ha. And then this is equals x minus y over c. So we have negative c x minus y plus c b minus d equals a x minus y. So lalabas x minus y equals c times b minus d divided by a plus c. Okay, so ito. X plus y and x minus y. So medyo mabusisi lang siya algebraically. So punta na tayo dito sa ABCD.
Imagine the ano po, the expansion that will be ano done.
So of course we're not gonna blindly do the expansion. We're gonna have to be we're gonna try to be efficient about this.
Efficient
Of
po.
course.
Use a computer to
No, by hand. Okay. So x plus y plus c. So meron tayong so first group c b plus d over c minus a plus c. Second group, this would be negative of x minus y. So sulat na natin siya as c times d minus b over a plus c. So it's b minus d here, pero I already negated it. So b minus b and then plus c. And then x minus y, so c times b minus d over a plus c. And finally, x plus y. Balik tayo dito, x plus y. C times b plus d over c minus a, and then minus c. Observe that in the four bracketed expressions, each of them has c as a common factor. So inside the radical, you have c to the fourth, and then you can bring it outside the square root, that's going to be c squared. So c squared minus a squared over c squared, and then c squared over 4. Okay. In each of the brackets, natanggal na nung factor of c in the numerator. So now we have c minus a, and then up here it's going to be b plus d plus c minus a. Second, we have a plus c, and then d minus b plus a plus c, and then third factor a plus c, and we have b minus d plus a plus c. Last factor, it's over c minus a, b plus d plus c minus a. Are you still caught up, Joshua? Oh, okay ka pa? Okay, anyway, this is algebra. Now we see what's gonna happen. There are four denominators, but they are either c minus a or c plus a. So therefore, what we have there is, so this is gonna be, so c squared minus a squared to the second power. So then we see us being able to bring it outside. So you have c squared minus a squared over c squared. Then here c squared over c squared minus a squared. Okay, and then we have this 4, which is the square root of 16. Ipasok natin sa loob. So 16 is 2 to the 4th power. So we have the following. Meron tayong negative a plus b plus c plus d. Pwede nang i-rearrange. And then a minus b plus c plus d. And then a plus b plus c minus d. And then lastly, we have negative a plus b plus c plus d, and then over 2, over 2, over 2, over 2. And then the unwieldy fractions can be written much more simply if we use the semi-perimeter. So for example, s is equal to a plus b plus c plus d over 2. So if you look at consequently, what is s minus a? That's going to be a fraction with denominator 2, but in the numerator, it's going to be minus 2a, which when added to a will give us minus a plus b plus c plus d. So we have the 4 side lengths, but exactly one of them is being subtracted. And that would lead to s minus a in this case. So outside c squared minus a squared and c squared will disappear. We're left with finally just s minus a, s minus b, s minus c, s minus d. Brahmagupta's formula.
This is ano po, this is almost satanic.
This is almost what?
This is almost satanic.
Well, if you think it's satanic, we are, strictly speaking, not done yet.
No!
Yeah, no,
This is ano
we
po, this is
made
painful.
we made an assumption, Joshua. Ganito. We were able to form triangle CED because
Only if they are,
BC and AD,
they are not parallel.
because they're not parallel. What if
But
they
if
are?
but if they were, then the only part, it would be a parallelogram, and that's the only part, the only possible.
Wait, if they were parallel but cyclic pa rin, ha? What's the only
If they
cyclic
were
parallelogram?
Okay. So if they were parallel, it must be a rectangle.
Yes. So
And
yun lang ano,
if it was a rectangle, it will be rather easy to prove.
yeah. So pero the point is, we assumed. Okay, sorry, Mark. Okay. We assumed that BC and AD are not parallel. Well, if they are, use the other opposite pair, AB and CD. But if in addition, AB is parallel to CD along with BC being parallel to AD, since ABCD is cyclic, then ABCD must be a rectangle. But if you have a rectangle, it would be so much easier because you get to assume A is equal to C and B is equal to D. So A equals C, B equals D, and then S is equal to A plus B. Then ano mangyayari sa the square root of S minus A, S minus B, S minus C, S minus D? Ano mangyayari? S minus A is going to be B. S minus B is A. S minus C is S minus A, which is B. Then S minus D is S minus boy, which is A. And then this is AB, which is clearly the area of ABCD. So you're just multiplying the product. You're just taking the product of two consecutive sides, which is what we do with the area of a rectangle anyway. Okie dokie. So, yay! Ano nung mga pwede natin solve na problems that are related to Brahmagupta's formula. Okay. Another remark. Are you able to see how this is a more general version of Huron's formula?
Because any triangle is technically a degenerate quadrilateral.
All right. Like if you push D down to 0, the mangyayari ng S minus D will become S.
Nice.
Okay, so ganun ang mangyayari.
So does this mean the area of a two-sided polygon would be the square root of S squared times S minus A times S minus B?
Ano yan? Does it follow
Would,
that for a...
would the area po of a two-sided polygon be the square root of s
Wait,
squared?
hold on. What do you mean two-sided? The generate two-sided polygon.
So,
Okay. Of
therefore,
course.
this proves that a line is area. Thus, ano po, the mathematicians have lied to us our whole lives.
Sige, tignan natin ano mangyayari. Kunwari, so, kunwari, C and D. Okay, lagyan natin ng smiley face. Okay. Suppose,
Smiley face mo,
okay,
parang, it
C
isn't a
and
smiley
D.
face eh. Para po yung mga parang Greek na tragedy mask, yung parang the eyes stare into your soul. The lifeless eye.
Wow, you got that. Like, they say the eyes are the windows to one's soul. But okay, just those two dots, those are pretty powerful dots. Na aninag mo na nung soul ng smiley face. Okay, suppose C and D go to 0. Mangyayari kasi, kasi, let's say, you have
Okay.
A, B, C, D. Pero kasi what meaningful kasi kung kunwari, isa lang nung pupunta sa D, isa lang nung pupunta sa 0, which is D. So mangyayari nung itong point na to, tsaka itong point na to, maglalapit sila. Okay? So, maglalapit itong dalawang points na to and we get to form a triangle. So, B and then A and then C. Kasi napaglapit natin sila. Okay? But if on the other hand, C ipupush natin to 0, in a meaningful way, wala tayong geometric interpretation doon eh. Kasi parang nangyari dito sa dito sa original drawing, pwede mong paglipitin ng two green points in the absence of D. But and then if paglalapitin mo nung, wait, let me color this as an orange point. Okay? Kung tatanggalin mo nung D, pwede mong paglapitin nung orange and green points. However, in the triangle example, ito na lang A, B, C. So red and then anong color? Let me use ito, indigo. Okay. If we remove C, unless A and B are equal, hindi natin pwedeng paglapitin ng red and purple points eh. Hindi natin sila pwedeng paglapitin. So, kasi if A is shorter than B, then yun, hanggang the red point will just be part of the segment of length B. Pero hindi talaga natin sila paglalapitin. So, in a meaningful way, parang ng Heron's formula, hindi tayo makaka-deduce ng ng area of a line. At any rate, it should be 0 naman talaga. Okay.
No!
No.
Oh, wait. Kung yung semi-perimeter pala, A plus B over 2 squared over 4 times B, yes. So, may ano pong mangyayari, kakalabasan nun?
Sige, tingnan natin. S, then S minus A, S minus B, tapos S minus C. So ito, SC is equal to 0. Okay,
No!
so we have S squared. And then, ano mangyayari dito? S minus...
Nakita ko na po yung mangyayari.
ano mangyayari?
Search
S
na
minus A.
lang.
Minus A plus B over 2. And then we're gonna have A minus B over 2. Imposible. Kasi tama nung negative A plus B and A minus B. Oh, okay. So here's what's gonna happen. If A and B are not equal, mangyayari, this product would be negative. Negative product. Okay, so kumbaga, wala kang area na makukuha kasi hindi mo pwedeng paglapitin nung red and purple points if A and B are not equal.
And in the case
However,
po
if
that they are equal, which is true,
Mhm.
so that's 0 po.
Which is 0. Okay, so when A is equal to B, this is the only time pwede natin paglapitin nung red and violet point. And in that case, so nung triangle would collapse into a segment of zero area, which is supported by Theorem's formula in this case. Got it? Okay,
Ah,
no? Oh,
opo.
nice. No? Noise. So nagano.
Dapat po may, yung ano po yung may sound effect na gano'n, para every time po may noise,
Okay.
gagano'n.
Kakala ko ano. All right. Okay, but it was fun exploring that. All right, so it was something that I'd like you to try.
On your own?
Why not? Okay, ano sino gusto mong isama?
Bakit po?
Neighbor mo.
It's like it's the ano po the green dots are still the green dots ano po they steal my life.
Okay, okay. Suppose okay, A, B, C, D is both cyclic. In other words, okay, i.e., it can be inscribed in a circle. And what's the other condition that's also going to hold? It can, okay, and it circumscribes a circle.
What? This is crazy.
Circumscribes a circle. So, nangyayari, okay, so ito, so kumbaga ganito, ang triangle, alam natin ang triangle, merong in circle, meron din laging circumcircle. That's true with triangles. In a quadrilateral does not always have a circumcircle. Only cyclic quadrilaterals do.
Is there a term po for quadrilaterals that can be that can circumscribe the circle?
But none that I know of. Parang wala.
Silkit
Okay.
po, silkit.
So ito, nung ABCD, meron siyang circumcircle and meron din siyang incircle. Okay. So in other words, okay, A, B, C, D has a circumcircle and incircle. Show or prove the area of ABCD is equal to the square root of ABC.
This is ano po, this
Ooh.
this looks like it looks like I've seen this before, but it's either just deja vu or I've actually seen this, but I just do not know the proof.
All right. Okay. So if it has a circumcircle, then Brahmagupta's formula should be applicable. Okay. However, it also has an incircle. So I'm gonna let you think about that. So apparently, we should be able to come up with relationships between the four sides. Okay. Ito, maybe bigyan kita ng hint. start tayo sa circle.
Is there anything na with ellipses? Sort of
Ellipses.
the circumcenter as a circumellipse and in ellipse.
The issue kasi with that is ano ba? Hindi unique kasi ng ano eh. I'm thinking well, as far as standard results are concerned, none so standard for it to be a regular thing, not for it to have a name. So, wala. But of course, it's possible to think up such things. Pero if there's anything standard, none that I know of.
Opo.
Okay, so ito ganito. These are the points of tangency. Okay, so let's say these are A, and then this is B, this is C, and then this is D.
D.
Okay, however, ito, if this is X,
that also is
ano
X.
to? X din to, right?
Whenever I see a an inscribed circle, I already see this.
Okay, so ito Y. Then if this is Z, if this is Z.
By the way po, pagkatapos lang siya nagamit A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, D, hanggang Z. What will be the next one?
Pwede ka na if you want, subscript. A1 hanggang A sub 77.
Pwede na pong gamitin yung mga certain na mga mga foreign letters.
Oo, alpha. Yeah. Mag-Russian letters ka. Okay, ganito. So, A, B, C, D. Can you see a relationship that exists between these four letters?
Their semi-perimeter is X plus Y plus Z. There's sum over lang.
So the semi-perimeter is equal
The
to your...
semi-perimeter is equal to the two opposite sides, which sort of reminds me of some sort of theorem.
Okay, so X plus Y plus W plus Z.
This A times A and the A and C and B and D, they sort of remind me of something.
X plus Y and W plus Z are equal to A plus C, right?
Also equal to B plus D.
Ayan. Also equal to B plus D. Who knows? Maybe meron na tayong magagawa sa Brahmagupta's formula. Okay? But okay. So actually, this is a thing with quadrilateral, which has an incircle. Okay, so this is a thing for a quadrilateral, which is an incircle. Wait.
By the way po pala, is there a formula for other general Heron's formula for any polygon, pentagons,
For
etc.?
any polygon like pentagon, none that I know of, wala akong alam. Pero kasi, if you go back to our proof, gumamit tayo ng mga properties of cyclic quadrilaterals. Like, for example, we're able to come up with those similar triangles, AEB and CED. Kasi for a cyclic quadrilateral,
What if
ito
we,
napalabas natin ng mga orange angles and blue angles are congruent. But if it was polygon, pentagon, parang ano na walang nung external angle, for example, yun ang dilemma, yun ang difficulty.
what if we then just find the theorems that the analogs of theorems for pentagons and then apply them?
If you could find it, okay, kung meron, pero I mean you could try, pero of course you should also be aware of the challenges. So what work with quadrilaterals which are not gonna work with pentagons. So at least alam mo what you would have to try to find an alternative road to nung hindi pwede na i-copy directly. Okay, kasi well, we have properties of cyclic quadrilaterals, but for cyclic pentagons, not so much. Actually, I don't know of any specific standard property of cyclic pentagons or cyclic hexagons. So that's the dilemma. All right. Okay. Tapos naisip ko pa, I don't know. Okay, so ito, I think you should be able to work this out. So S is equal to A plus C. And so in quadrilateral, which is in circle, so what this is saying is that if you take two opposite sides, A and C, and then B and D, you're always going to get the same sum. A plus C is equal to B plus D. And in fact, each of them is equal to the semi-perimeter. Okay. Ano pa ba? So Brahmagupta's formula, exercise. Ito. Actually, what time did we start? Medyo, ano no, mga 7. So for now, this is about Brahmagupta's formula. Halos ito nga lang nung example na may bibigay ko. It's more of proving. So now, let's look at other properties. Balik tayo sa triangles and circles. So we know the law of sines. If you have a triangle, A, B, C, and then this is small a, small b, small c, then remember A over sine of A equals B over the sine of B equals C over the sine of C. But have we talked about, Joshua, the extended law of sines? Have I mentioned that before, or is that something?
I didn't. It's equal to something. Is equal to r something r squared ba or ano? I think.
Okay, so ito, the extended law of sines tells us what the so you have three ratios from the law of sines. Okay, but there is actually something remarkable about what their common value is. So hindi lang siya basta equal sila, pero merong i-represent. And it's the following: A over sine of A equals B over sine of B equals C over sine of C. This is equal to 2 multiplied by the circumradius.
What?
R. Circumradius of triangle ABC. Okay. It's actually a fun thing to prove. Okay, so alam natin equal to three ratios. Pero ano ng value? The value is actually therefore the circumdiameter. The circumdiameter, the diameter of the circumscribing circle. So first question is why? Bakit? Kasi drawing tayo. Gamit tayo ng ito, circle. Okay.
It
Magkano
looks
bang
rather
circle?
obese. It looks rather ano po, it looks rather obese sideways.
Ito, okay na, pwede na.
Okay na po.
Sige, pretend na lang ulit. Okay, so here, gamit tayo ng orange. This is A, B, C. Suppose this is the center. In the center. O. Let's draw
Why does Opal look like it look like some sort of a Greek, some sort of alien symbol?
okay, or the copyright symbol. Sige.
Copyright symbol.
Okay. O na lang. Kunwari script O. Ganyan.
May book po si Charlie Brown.
Like a pigtails. Okay. So ito, so let's see D be a diameter. So of course it will have to pass through O. Okay. And then connect D and B.
Then
Now,
BDC will have the same measure as BAC.
what's that? Which angles have the same measure?
Angle D has the same measure as A.
Right. Okay. So let's mark those congruent angles. So D, BAC, and BDC. So, okay, sanay na tayo dyan, so they're congruent angles.
And then po
But,
pala, DBC,
ano pa?
DBC is right angle.
Yeah, kasi,
So therefore the diameter is equal to D times BC because the sine DBC because wait BC because
Okay.
because of the right triangle, it's the definition of a sine.
Yes. Okay, so from triangle BDC, sine of angle BDC is equal to A over 2R, right? But angle BDC equals angle A. So consequently, sine of, let me drop the angle symbol, is equal to small a over 2 big R. So therefore, A over sine of angle A equals 2R. So ito yun. And then the same argument can be applied towards showing that B over sine B and C over sine E are also equal to 2R. We can show similarly that B over sine B equals the circumdiameter, also C over sine of C, also equal to the circumdiameter. All right, so this is the extended law of sines. The example tayo. Example, okay. In triangle ABC, okay, show that A over sine of B minus sine of C plus B times sine of C minus sine of A plus C times sine of A minus sine of B is equal to 0. Okay, this can be done by using the actually straightforward application lang to ng law of sine set. Okay, I think you don't even need to use the extended law of sines even. Kasi look here. For reference, this is A sine B, and then minus A sine C. But then you see here in the second term, B sine of C minus B sine of A sine B minus B sine of A will be equal to 0 when you combine them together, because A over sine A equals B over sine. So, but you can still verify. We did not need the extended law of sines because the circumradius did not have to enter the picture. But here, yeah, I think it would come in handy. A triangle ABC triangle ABC show that the area of triangle ABC, so here is another formula, ABC over 4 times the circumradius. So I know we can use Theorem's formula to write something for the area. But let's not use Theorem's formula, something basic which involves just 2 sides. ABC is equal to 1/2 BC multiplied by, can you help,
Sine A.
sine of A. Alright, okay. Tapos, dito natin ipapasok nung extended law of sines. Kasi A over sine of A is equal to 2 times the circumradius.
Yay!
So, ilan? Sine of A is equal to A over twice the circumradius. So, if we make that replacement here, we would now have BC multiplied by A, and then twice 2R, so 4 times the circumradius, ABC. So this is a formula for the area of a triangle involving the circumradius. I think personally for me, the presentation of these formulas is not so, it's not really for you to remember it. Ako, mga formulas na to, hindi ko to usually natatandaan. But if I need to justify it, naisip ko, paano ko siya pwedeng ipasok. Kasi, for example, itong formula na to, it uses the circumradius. So I think of a situation, saan pa formula nag-appear ang circumradius with regards to a triangle? And one of the prominent formulas is the extended law of sines, where you have sine of angle A, sine of angle B, sine of angle C. So therefore, in an area formula for a triangle, para mapasok mo ng circumradius, then you have to think of a formula which involves sine of A, for example. So that's why I use that as starting point. Okay. Is there a formula for the area of a triangle which uses the in radius?
Hindi ko po alam.
Okay, unless otherwise stated, I'll be using big R for the circumradius and small r for the in radius. Okay, the answer is in the affirmative. Of course, meron. Kasi,
What if it comes to the point na you have so many triangles you reach the letter R?
and then you have so many triangles, edi, ano, R1, R2, R3 ka na.
Bro,
Okay, ito. In radius, where does the in radius appear? In the in circle. And in circle, it's a circle which is tangent to each of the three sides. So I'm going to start by drawing the circle. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Points of tangency. If this is the center, okay, so this is R, and you have a 90-degree angle there. Also R, 90-degree angle there. And then here, okay, R, 90-degree angle. Let me label the vertices A, B, and C. And then as usual, small a, small b, small c. The center, let's call it point P. So that's, wait, in center pala to, no? Say we have a letter we typically use for the in center, I. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna divide this triangle into 3 triangles. One triangle is A, I, C. Another triangle is B, I, C. Another triangle is A, I, B. So, parang nangyari, okay, ng triangle, okay, ito nung in center, ayun, that's one triangle. And then, the other triangle. And then, this is the other triangle. Okay, so do you see the 3 triangles? And, okay, so we're trying to come up with something for the area of ABC. Now, clearly, this is equal to the sum of the areas AIC plus CIB plus AIB. Joshua, look at CIB. Can you give me an expression for its area? Observe the 90-degree angle there.
1/2 RA. No, this
Yeah,
I see
1/2 RA. Ano to? 1/2
R something RC.
RC. And so this must be
remote controlled remote controlled na car.
remote control. Ito, 1/2
1/2 RA, 1/2 Republic Act. And then ito naman 1/2
Republic of Republic of Banana. Okay, RB. So we can factor out 1/2 R. What do we get?
A plus, no, it's the 1/2 of the Republic, the Republic tuloy po. 1/2 of the in radius times the perimeter.
And what's 1/2 of the perimeter?
It's the semi-perimeter.
SR. Okay.
Sorry, ano po, the area of a triangle is sorry.
Sorry. All right. But Can you see how this can be extended to the situation above where you have a quadrilateral and then it has an incircle?
Hmm.
Because if it has an
If you
incircle,
the quadrilateral is sort of a frustum of that triangle.
okay, so
You
ito.
just cut off part of it. So you will prove it similarly to yung kanina po, like we proved the cyclic.
Ito, ganito. So you have to do quadrilateral. Okay? And this is C. Okay? Pero ito, radius siya, di ba? And you have a 90-degree
Ah,
angle
yes, there are
there.
four of them. There are four of them.
Yeah. So itong portion na to, one half,
Remote
the
control.
area niya. One half remote control, and then do the same for the others. So, okay, can you see far ahead? What's the area gonna be?
1/2 R times the R times the semi-perimeter.
RS pa rin, or, sige,
Wait.
SR.
So for any polygon, it will be true.
If it has an,
Center.
yes, if it has
It is
an
circle.
incircle, if it has an incircle, can you see why the answer is yes? But yes, it's yes. Okay, it's the semi-perimeter times the in radius. Of course, to be able to use this formula, there has to be an in radius in the first place, meaning there has to be an in circle.
It'll only be a matter of finding out what the in radius is.
Oh, okay. So this is S times R. Tapos ano pa? Isa pang example. So we have so A, B, C. A, B, C. And then I'm gonna draw two circles. Okay, one circle through A and also through B. However, not only is it through B, but it is tangent to the base BC at B. So, like so. Okay, need to make it smaller. And so ano to, point of tangency ng B.
Left po.
Ayun ang bumalik sa blue.
Crimes for copy paste.
Oh, okay. Ayan.
Isa na po is the capital punishment for copy pasting.
Hindi na nga ako nagka-copy paste. Okay. Alright. Yikes.
Radical
Kailangan
access
mo medyo
theorem moment.
malaki. Actually, kailangan pa mas malaki. Oh!
Yes, it is way too large.
Oo nga eh. Kasi way too large. So, what can I do, Joshua? Need to move this. Hoo. Okay, and then example.
More capital punishment.
We'll see. Okay, not if I could get away with it. Might be. Depende kung magre-reklamo siya.
It looks like it's rather emaciated.
I know, right? You know what? Okay. I'm gonna start with the circles. And do the triangle last, because I started with a triangle. Okay.
Mickey Mouse.
All right.
Mickey.
And then I'm gonna move this here. So it's tangent there. Then I'm gonna move this here. As long as it looks like a circle. Okay. And then points of tangency here and here. Let them be points B and C, and then A. Ayan. O, di ba mas madali? Tagal-tagal kanina.
Arbilos.
Okay. So given, okay, triangle A, B, C. Okay. Circle through A, and then tangent to BC at B, and then next is a circle through C, which is tangent to BC at point C. Okay, and then let the radii be P and Q. Okay. Radius P, radius Q. Show that PQ equals big R squared, where big R squared is, where big R is the circumradius of triangle ABC.
Literally.
We have to utilize the fact that B is the point of tangency. Okay, so hanapin natin ng center niya. Okay, so ng center nandito. And then from that center down to B, 90-degree angle dapat. And then P is the length. Okay. I'm giving this as an example in this discussion of the extended law of sines. So the angles are involved. Okay.
It appears po that
So
the intersection of the circles or the second intersection other than the other than the vertex seems to be some sort of special concurrence.
oo nga, no? Pero kaso nga lang, could be, might end up using it or not. But definitely kailangan magamit natin ng P. Okay, yung P na nandoon. Okay, saan pa mag-a-appear ang P? Also the tangency. One other thing I'm thinking of is itong angle na to, this angle is equal to an inscribed angle for arc AB of the left circle. Although I'm not sure yet. Saan siya magagamit? Oh, well, if I extend this siguro, okay, and then ito. Same din ang angle na yan, no? Okay. Kasi that angle up there, I drew at the top, is an inscribed angle for arc AB. And then it has the same measure as the green angle marked below. Okay, because even though there's a tangent involved, but it still subtends arc AB. Okay, I show that PQ is equal to R squared. Saan nag-appear ng R? In the extended law of sines. for A, B, C. So let's do some scratch work, Joshua. No, so I know B over sine of B. This is 2 big R. So dun siya papasok eh. Now, this expression uses angle B and also small b. Asa nung small b, ito nung small b, ito naman small c. But as far as angle B is concerned, andun din siya sa taas. So let me give this a label. Let's call this point D. Okay. So sine ADB equals the sine of angle B. Ito, in triangle ABC, using the extended law of sines, B over sine of B equals 2R. But in triangle ABD, asa nung ABD? Ayun nung nandun sa left. So this is A, this is B, and then D is up there, here. Okay? Kailangan kasi masama natin nung small b doon sa picture. Small p is the circumradius of, if it is going to be a circumradius, then we need a triangle in the left circle. Okay, so in case you're wondering, paano ko naisip na iguhit ng point D? Kasi gusto mo subukan ang extended law of sines, where small p is the circumradius. So ibig sabihin, doon sa left circle, kailangan ko ng isang triangle. So with AB, diniretso ko to point P. So in ABD, okay, C over sine of ADB, what's this equal to?
Is equal to 2R. 2 R of P. 2P.
2P. Okay. But ADB is sine B, so ibig sabihin C over sine B equals 2B. Okay. So I think we are getting somewhere kasi if you look at this formula, wala nang sine B. If you take this and this, sine of B equals small b over 2R. At the same time, from the last equation, sine of B equals C over 2B. So I suppose we can take the latter two expressions and conclude that B over big R equals C over small b. So that's okay. B over big R equals C over small b. Similarly, can you think of an equation that we should be able to come up with using the same method of proof, using the same arguments?
B over
Sorry?
sine B over sine C is equal to 2R.
Okay. B over Are you like trying to generalize this? Kunwari, if we would do it this time for the other, wait, B over sine C equals 2R?
Hindi po, C over sine C is equal to 2R. While yung
Okay.
isa po, B over sine C is equal to 2Q.
But if you are gonna combine them together, what do you think are we gonna end up with? similar to the expression, to the equation inside the box.
Oh no.
Kasi ito, B over big R equals C over P. So ano kaya nung similar equation that we are gonna end up with?
Sin C is equal to
Sige, kung hindi mo pa makita,
is equal to C over wait, is equal to C over R is equal to B over Q. Yes.
Okay, B over Q and then
Charlie over R.
okay, Charlie over R. Okay. And so now if you multiply the left sides, BC over big R squared equals,
Literally solution.
yeah. So there you go. PQ equals R squared. Yay. So we have been talking about in circles and circumcircles. Okay. Let's talk more about the incircle of a triangle. Okay, so there are already some properties that we already know of. So halimbawa itong triangle na to. Again, I should start with the circle now. Start with the circle. So, okay na ba? Magkana bang bilog? Pwede na?
I think it looks a little it looks a little absquatulation. Absquatulation.
Pwede na? Let's end here kasi 9:15 na. Pero para lang A, B, C. And then this is...
It looks just a tad it just looks a tad bit absquatulous.
Oh, okay. R. And then ito. R. And then let's say this is X, this is also X. And then if this is Y, this is also Y. And then if this is Z, then this is also Z. So some properties, Y plus Z equals A, of course. And then B, what's B equal to? X plus Y equals B. And then how about, wait, tama ba? X plus Y, sorry. B is equal to X plus Z. And then X plus Y on the other hand, that's what's equal to C. And then if you add doon sa left side, you're gonna have twice X plus Y plus Z equals A plus B plus C. But then this is twice the semi-perimeter. So, well, you've already pointed out more than once, X plus Y plus Z is the semi-perimeter itself, which means that it's actually possible to solve for X. Okay, because for example, if you start with X plus Y plus Z equals S, itong Y plus Z, this is A. So ibig sabihin, X is equal to S minus A. What about Y?
S minus B.
S minus B, and then Z is
Z is equal to S minus C.
S minus C. Okay. Wait, medyo mahaba pa pala nung i-mention ko. So parang next time uulitin ko din to So, sige, hindi ko na muna itutuloy and I'm gonna stop here. Alright, para makapag-pahinga ka na rin, Joshua
Ano po,
and Sir
on
Jen.
the given occasional occurrence that an individual that can be described as as a charlatan is engaging in particularly questionable activities.
Well, this is questionable. You lost me there. Anyway, and then, but hey, thanks for staying. All right.
Opo.
So, take care. Malakas ba ulan dyan or hindi naman
Kanina po malakas.
kanina?
Opo.
All right. Okay. So, have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Okay po, thank you po.
Thank you po.
Bye-bye po.
Thank you. Adios. Bye-bye.
Opo.